just throw it in the chat instead. Okay. So there's a Q&A section, but there's also a chat. Just for consistency, throw it in the chat. Okay. All right. So Adam, let's talk about it. How do we go about ensuring that our ads are going to convert? Okay. So let me share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. First things first, every time before you launch ads, the number one thing you do every single time is you go to Facebook ad library. Okay. What this is, have you heard of this, Adam?
Yeah, I've used this often actually. I tried to creep some of variances ads, but I couldn't find anything. It just said the library.
We actually stopped our internal ad campaigns right now. We have too many deals coming in. So we need to like hire more sales reps now. So, but theoretically, like, look, if let's just say you're in the mortgage business, right? Like you'd go to Facebook ad library. And what this is designed to do, it's designed to allow you to really just spy on your competitors, right? What are your competitors doing that you should be doing, right? So like, for example, if I was in the mortgage business, I would go like this. I would say, for example, let's just go to like a brokerage, mortgage, let's just say Alliance. Let's see if these guys are running anything. So you'd see that's Mortgage Alliance's main page, right? So you'd click it and then you'd go over to all ads and then all countries. And then if it shows nothing, then they're not running anything, right? But if we go here and type in mortgage, what's another one? Mortgage Alliance, Mortgage Architects. Let's see, architect, I already spelled architect. Mortgage Architects. Okay, so we have the main company page right here. They are also not currently running any ads. So let's use a more generic example for someone that's definitely running ads. So let's just say, I don't know, Taboola, for example. This is a company I know. So see, once you find a company, Adam, that's actually running quality ads, what I love to do, it's not even just how you find these ads and creatives and you see what they're writing, their copy is, right? And you benchmark that against your own stuff. But really what's interesting about this is you get to see when it was running since. You see that started running on August 4th. Okay. So these are new ads, right? So these guys are actually testing these creatives, testing these new copies right now. But if you start scrolling down to where it starts to say, like here, let's go to like the very bottom. These guys have lots of active ads. This is running since July 25th, right? So it's a little bit longer, right? So what you can do is, this is a company, I chose Taboola because I know they run like tons of ads in like every single language, like tons of ads, right? But theoretically, like you'd be able to source out competitors, whether it be like different mortgage agents, different realtors that you know, different brokerages that you know, MICs that you know, as well as mobile app development companies. It really doesn't matter. Whatever your niche is, you're supposed to look at which ones are still active that have been running the longest, right? Because ultimately, a company like this would not invest their time in running ads for that long. Since, for example, this one's inactive November 10th, 2018. They're not running it anymore. Inactive. These ones are active since June 4th. So this is probably the longest ad that they've been running. So you'd look at the longest ad they've been running and you'd be able to actually go like this. You could copy the ad link and you'd be able to see it, you know, how it looks like specifically in the feed. And that will help you, you know, really categorize the ad itself. You can go to see ad details, see everything about the ad, all the different image variations, the different title tags, right? The different descriptions. This is like a French version of their ad. So anyways, once you spy on it, then what you do is you create something like this, Facebook ad planning sheet, okay? So let me show you, here's an example of I'll just pull up a random client. Let's see if this has any data in it. Okay. So this is what we would do, right? So we would plan out the copy from like a cold traffic perspective, and then as well from a retargeting perspective, right? So you know the difference, right, Adam, between cold traffic and retargeting, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so you'd have your headlines planned in the first column, right? So this guy's a coach. This guy does business coaching. So he's all about boosting people's profit, right? So that would be the headline. And you see the way the offer works. It's like boost your profit by 100% in 12 months or your money back, right? And then the next one is this is the full title tag. This is the full like body of the actual ad itself. And so you're kind of just putting together 1, 2, 3 different offers to start with 3 different headlines. And then when you set up the actual ad and you've written that copy, and by the way, here's like Facebook ad planning sheet. Hold on. Planning. Here we go. Here's the template. So I'll have this template sent off, but normally this is how our entire workflow works. Okay. Do you see the little tabs at the bottom? So I have a person on my team. Okay. You see this tab is for Miguel. This tab is for Adi and Johnny. This tab is for Miguel. This tab is for Miguel. And this tab is for Miguel, Miguel, and Miguel. Okay. And normally we start any ad campaign by first, you see, this is the targeting sheet, right? Facebook audiences. So before we launch anything, we want to know, okay, first of all, we have to have a workflow for testing audiences and for testing targeting parameters. So what we do is we use this spreadsheet here, okay? So these 2 columns, these are the ideas. Do you see that? Ideas?
Yep. Okay.
Ideas, right? This here, these are what we're actually testing. Make sense? So for example, let's just say I was trying to target entrepreneur people who have an interest in Entrepreneur Magazine. When I'm running the ads on Facebook, let's just say I wanted to target someone who had an interest in this, right? For one of my ad sets. I would take it from the ideas phase, move it to the testing phase. Does that make sense? And then now I know what's in the testing phase, which specific interests I'm split testing. And then based on that, I can see of the testing phase, what were the actual results, okay? And you match those results down according to each specific target. And then what you're doing is you're looking to build a proven audience over time. So you have ideas that you stack over here. Then you have the actual targets that you're testing. You put those here and you actually look at the data to see the results and benchmark that. And then you look at what's proven based on the data. And so then over time, over like a 3-month period, you're going to be building what's called a proven ad set, okay? And how you do it is through targeting properly and testing different targets. This is not actually how long it goes. Usually it's about another, like, let's just say 50 rows. This would, let's just say, go like we're targeting different Facebook groups, right? So let's just say we have like this many groups, for example, in our idea section. These are competitors, right? So let's just say I would target Neil Patel because that's one of my competitors. When I say targeting, I know this looks like it's just wording, but really, if you actually pop open like any ad campaign, like here, let me pull open here. I'll pull open like one of my clients. Let's just go to like,
yeah, if we could see the targeting, that'd be great. Because for example, when you're targeting certain things here, like you said, Entrepreneur Magazine, are you just testing that one thing and the targeting in the ad set?
Yes.
Or is that?
So look, I'll show you exactly how we set up the ads. So, okay. So this is what's called a campaign. Okay. So whenever we do a campaign, we have to say, okay, it's cold targeting. We have our cold traffic campaigns and then we have our retargeting campaigns. Okay. So remember, when it comes to Facebook ads, there's campaigns, there's ad sets, and then there's ads. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
ads
I've done this before.
So. Ad sets, and then ad sets roll up to campaigns. Okay. So in terms of how you set up your ads, you need 2 campaigns at all times. You need a cold traffic campaign and you need a retargeting campaign. So right now, this person only has a cold traffic campaign open. And let's just see how many leads. And so they got 163 leads so far since running this campaign, right? So roughly about $13 a lead is what they're spending to get mortgage qualified leads, right? Spending about $20 a day on the ads and they're getting about 163 leads, so far. It's been about, I don't know, 60 days or so. So here's the point. So you have this is the campaign up top. You see that in the folder? That's the campaign. This is an ad set, the little 4 blocks there, that's an ad set. This one here is also an ad set. This one here is also an ad set, ad set, ad set. You see that? And then inside each ad set, you have different ads. Okay, so let's go through it. So this would be, let's go over like how to set up your campaign. So obviously we're doing a lead form campaign. This is a special ad category because this is a mortgage agent. So with mortgage agents or realtors, you either have to select credit as your product because Facebook has these things called special ad categories, which are essentially categories that have a few more advertising restrictions. Because when you market for mortgages or when you market for real estate, you can't really discriminate by like area. So you can't really drill down to like a postal code, but you can, the lowest you can drill down is, let's just say, the GTA, right? You could target the GTA. But look, if you're doing credit or housing, you select those special ad categories. Once you select that, you're not in that, Adam, so you don't have to worry about it. So you wouldn't select that at all. But ultimately, there's a lot of advanced options, right? So you see campaign objective. For this is a lead generation campaign. So what we're doing here, Adam, is we're getting ads to essentially drive leads. And then those leads are automated through Zapier to appear in my CRM so that my SDRs start calling those leads. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
Okay, sweet. So let's go through this. So no campaign spending limit. I usually leave no campaign spending limit. And then here is where you set your daily budget campaign wide. So you see how the campaign's at the top and then all these ad sets roll up to that one campaign. Make sense? So when I set the budget here on the campaign level, and you see where it says campaign budget optimization, I turn that on because these ad sets here, 1, 2, and then all these different ads below, these are all going to spend whatever's allowed to be spent in the campaign level, right? So $20 a day is being spent across these many different ads, okay? So some of these ads are spending $1 a day. Some of these ads are spending $2 a day. Some of these ads are spending $5 a day. It really just depends on which ads are the best, right? That they're going to get more budget. And that's what campaign budget optimization is. I'm setting a campaign-wide budget for $20 or $30 a day. But because I have so many ad sets below and so many different ad types below, all those different ad sets and ad types, they're all spending increments of that $20 or $30 a day, which is on the campaign level, right? So, and we always use CBO, which is campaign budget optimization, because now what you're doing is you're telling Facebook, okay, Facebook, I have like tons of different ads. I have 5 different ads promoting this. I have 2 different ads promoting this, 1 different ad promoting this, right? But I want Facebook to determine based on the data, based on what ends up being the best in terms of which ad sets are the best for targeting perspectives, which ones are the best for creatives and copy and all that kind of stuff. Facebook will optimize your budget for you on the campaign level if you turn on CBO and you set a campaign-wide budget. Okay, you still with me on that? So we good for that? Adam, that
makes sense so far. Yeah.
So you're good on the campaign level. Okay, let's drill down to the ad set level. So yeah, the ad set level is a little different, right? So it's an interest. So what we do is you see how it says, you see the different ad sets here? We have interest group, and then we have house hunting, and then we have first-time home buyer, and then we have investment management, and then we have property finding, and then we have home business, and then we have real estate investing, and then we have home, then we have lease, then we have land lot, and then we're targeting, you see each one, personal finance, mortgage loan, right? Home, credit, mortgage broker. You see that? Each ad set has one interest targeting, one interest target inside it, okay? And that's how you do it. On the ad set level, see, let's break this ad set down. This is one ad set, right? Scroll down. This is Salida. She's with Sunlight Mortgage. If we scroll down, you see here, we're targeting everyone in Ontario, okay? But for this one, we're doing a macro interest group, okay? So every other one of these ad sets is only one interest, but this one is an interest group. So it's a macro interest group. So see this massive interest group? So let's look at these interests, right? So we're targeting people who are interested in broker. We are targeting people who are interested in business. We are targeting people who are interested in business administration, people who are interested in buy to let, people who are interested in commercial property, people who are interested in credit finance, people who are interested in entry-level job, first-time home buyer, for sale by owner. These are all interests available to Facebook. So you just go to add demographics down here and you'd, let's just say, put in, let's just say, I don't know, couches, right? Like that's an interest, right? That like having a couch has nothing to do with this specific target. Just give it a second. It's going to load. Sometimes Facebook to go CO, right? So you see how I can target anything I want, right? So let's just go like newly engaged, right? Because if someone's newly engaged, then the likelihood of them getting a new home soon is definitely high, right? So sometimes, I don't know why, when you have too many, it takes a while to load. Engaged. Why is it doing that? Okay, so what you could also do is you can go to browse over here, click on interests. and you can basically look through all their interests, right? So you see this one, apartments.com. That might be something that I want to look into, because if someone's looking for that, it's just another potential thing to target. And what you would do is all those interests that I'm typing in, you'd put them in your ideas section, okay? And then as you're testing them, you're putting them here. And then as they showcase that they're the best results, you put them here, okay? So with that being said, there's tons of different things, like with, let's just say within like banking, like, so because this is a special ad category, it's a little bit restricted in terms of interests, you know, behaviors, demographics, geographies, right? Like it even says here, some detailed targeting options, which are not going to be available because of the special ad category, right? So Adam, you wouldn't have to worry about that. You can literally target any interest you want. So these are all the interests I'm targeting in this massive group of interests, okay? And then when we put placements, okay, obviously where it says all languages, you can actually edit that and change that to just English, right? Because you don't want your ads hitting someone who has their profile on Facebook in Chinese, for example, or has their profile on Facebook in Portuguese, because your copy and your ad is in English. So you put languages English. And remember, I'm going to scroll back up. This is for one ad set that we're doing. Every ad set's different. So this is for one ad set. So look, and as well, in terms of placements, this is like where the ad's appearing. Is it appearing on Facebook stories, Instagram stories, Facebook feed, Instagram feed? It doesn't really matter. There's tons of different placements. You can even put your ads in Messenger, etc. So in terms of the ones that we do, normally I tell my team to set up just Facebook and Instagram stories, as well as just the feed. So I'll disable the Instagram Explorer. I'll disable the Facebook video feeds. I'll disable the Facebook Marketplace. And I only want Facebook news feed to see my ad, Instagram feed to see my ad, and then I want Instagram stories to see my ad, and Facebook stories to see my ad. Everything else you're going to deselect for now, just while you're testing the audience targeting. And once you have a proven ad set, then you can start split testing placements later on. But for now, just work with the best placements, which are Facebook newsfeed, Instagram newsfeed, Instagram stories, Facebook stories. Those are usually the best high converting ones that are the cheapest cost per acquisition, okay? Now, here's where it says optimization for ad delivery. This is very important. When you first start a lead gen campaign, you're going to optimize for leads, okay? It's not going to let you touch it yet. Once you create your lead gen campaign, the only thing it's going to allow you to optimize for is leads. But what you're going to do, Adam, is once you get 20 leads, okay? Once you officialize and get 20 leads and your pixel is actually installed properly and it's tracking those leads, then what you're able to do is come back here and change the optimization strategy for conversions as opposed to just for leads, okay? And you'll be able to start generating tons more high quality results. So I'm going to publish this because all I did here was I changed the actual, let's just go with this. I changed the actual, the placements there. I don't know if you saw that, but I deselected some placements. That's why I republished that, right? So now you saw what we did for an interest group, like a heavy interest group, which has a bunch of different, targets in it. But now look at a different ad set, right? And I'll show you the ads in a minute, but this is the ad sets where it's very important you get your targeting right before you start focusing on, oh, is my creative or is my copy correct, right? First, you have to layer these optimizations, right? So right now we're going to optimize for targeting, right? So this would be an example of house hunting, right? So same concept. The only thing is that you see how there's only one interest in this ad set here versus the other ad set had like, I don't know, maybe 50 plus. So this one here has only one interest, which is house hunting. Does that make sense? You still with me? Raise your hand, guys, if you're still with me. I just want to make sure you guys are there. Okay, sweet. Yitzhak, you're there. Mate, you're there. Kevin, you're there. Nice. Okay, I'm glad you guys are here. Perry, you're there. Adam, you're there. Solid. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going through right now is the difference between your ad sets, because this ad set here says house hunting. This ad set here is first-time home buyer. By the way, you need to name them properly. So I'm the one that named that house hunting because I chose this placement. Does that make sense? I chose this target up here, which is house hunting, right? People who match this interest. So because I selected that one, you need to name the ad set so that it's a singular ad set. It's a singular target, right? We went over the interest group. These are the singular targets. So same concept. You're setting it up the exact same. You're only targeting one interest though. Manual placements. I'm going to do the same thing because I don't want these placements. Instagram Explorer, Marketplace. We're wasting money on those placements because those placements don't perform as good as the newsfeed on Facebook and Instagram and the story section of Facebook and Instagram. So I removed all the rest of the placements. I'm going to publish that again. Okay. And then we're going to go skip that. Done. So now that one's republished. And same thing here, first time home buyer. So I'm going to stop going through the ad sets now because you get the concept. So you create one big interest group that has a ton of interests in it, all loaded in. And you put you have 3 different ads that roll up to that one interest group. And then every other one you do, you have one interest group you target with one ad that rolls up to that one interest group. Okay. So here you go. First time home buyer is this interest for this ad set. Same thing here. I'm just going to change the placements because I don't like these placements. I want better results, cheaper results for a better output. Does that make sense? By me selecting marketplace, I'm getting views on my ad, but they're just not going to convert as well because people are not as engaged when it comes to opting in for mortgage related ads in the marketplace, right? If I was selling a bike or if I was selling e-commerce, then Facebook marketplace ads actually help a lot, but we're not selling products. So that's why I'm going to reduce that and not put that in as a placement because it's just spending money and wasting money, right? So now that we've gone through the different ad sets and how you're going to choose one interest for the rest of them, let's go through each of the ads now. Okay. So these are the ads themselves. Okay. And how you set up your ads. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit because this is how mortgage related advertising is done. Okay. At the top of the ad, it says, attention, please, right? What is that designed to do? That's designed to hook the person in, right? Get them to stop scrolling because on Instagram, Facebook, and all these platforms, there is so much noise, so much convoluted noise, and so many people constantly consuming content that your stuff needs to stand out. So like attention, please, right? Do you want to make mortgages easy? Do you want someone to help you finance your home? And then see how long that copy is. If your answer to both questions is yes, you're reading the right thing. I can qualify you for a mortgage and help you start financing your dream home in just 5 days, minus any risk of getting refused. This is a prime time for you to hop on a free mortgage strategy call with me and learn more about how I can get you from home dreamer to home buyer in 6 days with no possibility of refusal guaranteed. Here's what we'll cover during the mortgage strategy, mortgage process 101, how I can help you finance your dream home, how I can help you save more. Still unsure? Have a gander at my client's experience with us, Solito, and then you put a testimonial. This is your last chance to get on this free call. Book your free call here, okay? So that's the copy, and then within the ad, and that's the Facebook feed version, right? This is the Instagram story version, right? So it's the same example. It has the same creative of a couple looking at a new house, but the only thing that's different is that the copy, you have to click learn more over here, and it's going to pop open that copy atop the creative, okay? As well, you can click learn more, but here's what I want to drive home. I'm going to actually preview this ad. So let's grab this ad and put it in a new tab here. Okay, so let's pop open this ad here. I'm going to break down this ad very clearly for you guys because you need to know what goes into this and what gets people excited, because people are so worried, oh, I need video ads. I need all these crazy production and all this crap. You don't need anything. The only thing you need is a Canva membership. So let's go to canva.com. See this here, this image, this is created in Canva, okay? So you don't need Photoshop. You don't need crazy design experience. You literally just log into Canva and you can start designing some amazing creatives that actually make sense that resonate well with your audience, right? So you can see I create lots of designs in here, right? So you'd go to, new design, you'd say, okay, look, I want to create a design, and then it says, okay, what do you want to do, right? See this Instagram post, logo, infographic, right? I want to create an Instagram post, right? Because I want it to fit nicely on Instagram. So see here, it's going to give me the exact dimensions I need. I'm going to go ahead and let's just say use one of their templates. So here's all the templates they have. So let's move forward with, I don't know, let's start with, this ad template, for example, right? Boom. Or no, this is one of their paid ones. They have free ones and they have paid ones. This is a free one, right? So you'd start with it. You can move this around. You can move this around, right? You can do an upload. You can throw in, let's just say, the Deal Flow logo in there. Do you see what I mean? You could put in like a spreadsheet if you want, right? Make that the spreadsheet even, and then have this. You see what I mean? So it's very, very, very customizable. If you want to add text, go ahead and add text. Boom. See that? Just drag it on there. I put cheers, right? I can change that to whatever I want. Make sense? So that's how you create your ad in Canva. But once that's done, your ad needs to have an offer on it. Okay. So first of all, you need to have your brokerage on it, but ultimately 2 weeks with our mortgage services gets you the keys to your dream home with no risk of rejection or your money back. That's called a risk reversal offer. Does that make sense? You are removing the risk in the mortgage process by saying, or your money back. Okay. It's a risk reversal offer. There's 2 types of offers that we're really good at internally. There is the lead magnet offer, okay? And then you have your SDR after they download the lead magnet or opt into some kind of freebie offer. You have your SDR cold call the person right away. That's the process for lead magnet offers. And then the process for risk reversal offers is these are actually direct bookings. So you don't even need your SDR to reach out because look what happens. So see here, I already went over the copy with you. So that copy we've just went over and you see how it grabs the eye and all that. So it's a good read. But really, do you see how there's lots of like dream home is capitalized, 5 days is capitalized, attention please is capitalized. This is called direct response copywriting, okay? People need to read it and think that you're emphasizing that word just by reading it, okay? So now what are the actions on this ad? So now that I'm targeting people with all these interests, people that are first-time home buyers, people that are blah, 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 interested in housing, all these different things, what are the actions of the ad? So the actions are this: book your free mortgage strategy call with me below. Okay. Now what happens when they click that? So if they click that, here's what happens. It takes them to a booking page with Salida. And all they do is schedule in their call directly with Salida. They fill a few details, value of the property, mortgage balance, income, employment, debts, credit score, amount of down payment. They schedule that in. Simple. Very simple. After they schedule that in, they get a bunch of nurture sequences, right? Dripping them for show up purposes, show up sequence, right? And so that's the first action, which is book a call directly with Salida, right? Now, the second action possible in this ad is the learn more button, okay? So easy mortgage approval, even with poor credit, okay? So now we're doing a pain point. See how over here, there's a risk reversal offer. See over here, there's a risk reversal offer, guaranteed, right? Without possibility of refusal. So that's a risk reversal offer. But what's here? This is not a risk reversal offer. What's over here is actually a pain point call out. That's what it's called. Because even if you have poor credit, I can still help you, right? Even if you have yellow teeth, I can still whiten your teeth. Even if you have an insanely complex bookkeeping system, I can save you taxes, right? Even if you have no brand and no website or no marketing skills, I can generate you marketing results, right? So that's what you're trying to do. Point out the pain point you call it out in the ad title, okay? And then look, what happens is they're going to click learn more. And what that does is that pops open a lead form, okay? This lead form is going to say, okay, boom, fill your details, email, name, and phone number. When they fill this, it enrolls them through an automated separate sequence that because they didn't book a call yet. Does that make sense? So these guys did not book a call. They only booked a call if they went to this link on the top. When they open this, that's when they can book their call in directly, right? But if they didn't do that and they clicked here, this is not a call book. This is a lead form. So they're becoming a lead within my CRM. My SDRs are going to hit this person, or Salida's SDRs are going to hit this person right away, right when they sign up through the lead form. Not only that, but this person who signed up for the lead form is going to be enrolled through a 30-day nurture sequence, asking them to book a call, right? Asking them to schedule in a consultation the same way you would have done directly off the ad here, okay? And that's called lead nurturing. That's designed to get the person from a point of becoming a lead to the point of becoming a booked call on the calendar automatically without any involvement on your end. It's all automatic, right? And that's what we want to do. We set up these automatic systems. So now you know how the ad sort of works, right? But here's what I want you to understand. We're not running one ad here. Look, this is another ad we're running. So see how the creative is different here? So let's go ahead and preview this one. Let me go share this one here. Copy this one here. Let's open it up in a new tab. Boom. Okay. So this is a brand new ad. Now it has, and this is within that major interest one, right? So let's go back up here. So that major interest group that we were targeting, we have 3 different ads that roll up to that interest group, okay? So if we look at that, here are the ads. Boom, here's another one. Do you see how great that creative is? Like, look, imagine you're just scrolling on Facebook, you're just scrolling, boom, 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 boom. Doesn't that stand out? Of course it does. That's a great creative. The orange stands out, the colors stand out, the people stand out. They're holding keys, right? It says stress-free mortgage services that break the barrier to homeownership in 3 days, or you can keep your money, right? Risk reversal offer. Make it a no-brainer for people and they'll move forward with you. Same copy. Attention, please, right? Book your call. The only thing that changed here is the creative. Same title too. Learn more. Same lead form. Different creative. That's the only thing we're running. Next ad. Let's see what happens here. This is another creative, right? This one's a little bit more fun. It's not focused on real people. It's fake people, right? So let's go here. Let's pop this one open. So look, show ad. Here's what we have. So if I scroll past the newsfeed, here's this ad, right? Mortgage Solutions guaranteed to get you approval for your mortgage in 2 days without delay, or you take your money back. Boom. It has like a house coming out of a little eggshell, right? With keys in it. So you just got to come up with different creatives. That's ultimately what you have to do. And those different creatives are going to resonate differently with the people in those interests, right? So now let's look at house hunting. You have a separate ad in here that has nothing to do with the previous ads I showed you. Let's look at this one. So this one here is a separate creative entirely, but it's taking a more professional approach. Okay. And you want to have multiple offers, multiple frameworks, multiple angles of doing those offers. So here, oops, that was the wrong preview. Let me grab this preview. This is the one I want to grab. Share link, boom. Okay, so let's go show ad. Scroll past that. All right, here we go. See how this one's a little bit more professional? It has like those like semi-detached like Thornhill style homes in the back. Like you want the homes in the back as well to match the localized homes in the place that you're advertising as well. So this one's like, look, a reliable and honest home ownership plan that helps you realize your home buying dreams in the least time frame without any hidden fees. Boom, it has her email and it has her phone number this time. So this one actually has multiple actions. It has book a call, free mortgage strategy call. It has her email. So in case the person has their phone out, they can just email her directly. That might happen. As well as the phone, that could also happen, dial directly off the ad. And then as well, the learn more lead form, which enrolls in the nurture sequence, right? So there's lots of actions that you want to have. You want to have multiple actions. So it's not, you either test multiple actions or you test one singular action and you squeeze them to that one action, right? There's lots of different ad copies, right? There's different, here's another one, different creative. So, I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them, but ultimately you guys understand how that works, right? How this process works, right? Like you have to first plan out. And remember, this is why we have this spreadsheet, this Facebook and Google ad planning sheet. You plan your target ideas, you test your target ideas. This is a template, so this is not even being used. And then the ones that are proven, you mark here. And your goal is to build a proven audience over time. Okay. Now here's where the copy comes in. So that was the audiences tab. Now you have the copy tab. This is where we plan out all of the different cold traffic advertisements and then the retargeting advertisements. Okay. Cold traffic is all about giving out a good offer, risk reversal, lead magnet. Here's an amazing offer for you to achieve and acquire. This offer makes so much sense for you. You're going to love it, right? Now, retargeting is not the same approach. Retargeting is all about giving people proof that you can deliver on that offer. Make sense? So cold traffic, here's my offer, you know, opt in for it, bite on this bait hook, right? You're putting a fishing rod into the ocean. The fish needs to bite on the hook, right? And that's the good offer you're dangling in front of them. And then after they got that cold traffic ad, you can retarget them with retargeting ads, in which case you're now showcasing proof in the pudding as opposed to more offers in a cold traffic format. So proof in the pudding would be you're showcasing people case studies, you're showcasing people testimonials, you're showcasing people your status delta, you're showcasing people that you got featured in Yahoo Finance, you're showcasing people, deals that you've done in the past, happy customers, right? So we plan out all the copy from cold traffic. We do about 3 to 5 different offers, and then we plan about 3 different retargeting ads, okay? After that's done, we go ahead and plan out the funnel URL. So because you're going to have to push people to each stage of your funnel, right? So people that visited, my main opt-in page, but didn't book a call, I'm going to hit them with retargeting ads to get them to the next stage, which is book a call. Does that make sense? So you're going to retarget people to push them to the next stage within your funnel. So if they booked the call, but they didn't fill the survey, then you should be retargeting the people who booked the call with, hey, please fill the survey before the call, right? So you can retarget with people with special messages, right? And that's why you want to plan out your funnel so that you can actually have those links ready so that when you're in the ads manager and you're putting in, you see here, you're putting in the ad copy, you're putting in different variations of that ad copy, different variations of the headlines, right? But you're also putting in the actual link, right? So call to action. Here, this is a lead form ad, so that's why it's a form. But normally you'd put that link directly in the body of the ad, right? And so ultimately that's, you have to plan out your funnel. And then as well, this is pixel. So you want to create custom audiences, right? So you create your custom audiences for the people that booked a call, for the people that opted in, for the people that became a lead, for the people that filled the survey. You want them all in separate custom audiences in Facebook based on their buyer journey. Because if someone submitted a mortgage application with me and I know that they did, and I'm categorizing all the people that filled mortgage applications into one Facebook custom audience, I can deploy ads at those people and just target them and say, hey, you filled a mortgage application, but you didn't end up moving forward with one of the lending options. Here's to reiterate, let's book a call so we can talk about additional options if these first batch of options didn't make sense for you, right? Or whatever it is, right? And then lookalikes, that's a whole different advanced strategy where once you have, let's just say 1,000 people that book a call with you, Facebook now has enough data around the people that booked a call with you, right? So what they're able to do is create what's called a lookalike audience and start finding you people on Facebook with the similar data points as the 1,000 people that booked a call with you, right? That's when your ad campaign's on steroids. Usually it takes about 3 months to get to a standard quality lookalike audience. But basically you're trying to build up your custom audience pools. They're basically buckets, right? People need to go into these buckets. How do they get into the bucket? Okay, well, you set up your custom conversion so that when they book a call, they're now classified as a booked call custom audience. And when 1,000 people are in that booked call custom audience because they've booked a call with you, now you can create a lookalike audience off that custom audience, okay? And then now Facebook's going to find you people who have similar data points to the individuals who booked that call that were in that bucket, okay? So very powerful stuff. I can't even tell you how powerful this is. Like, you have no idea how much money you'll make and how cheap each lead is going to cost once you hit the lookalike stage, which is you've launched enough cold traffic ads, you've spent enough money, there's enough data, there's enough people that booked calls, your custom audience is large enough. Boom, you create a lookalike, boom, you're going to print cash, I promise you. Now, this is where we set our budget caps. So we just put it in there just to make sure we confirm that with our clients, obviously, and with any internal campaigns. And then if we were running any Google stuff, we would have the Google stuff in there. But this is more of a Facebook planning sheet. So I can send this off to you guys so you have it, so your ad plans are structured. But Adam, does that answer the question? Give me a thumbs up if that answers your question and helped you a little bit. Okay, rock on, rock on, rock on.